Good evening, everybody. This is the inaugural edition of the Black Sheep Review. My name is Andrew, and the movie I will be reviewing today is the 2010 remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street. To begin, this will have a bit of spoilers or whatnot, so I'll try my best not to go so real deep into the story in case people who haven't seen it or whatnot. I'll talk about little points here and there or whatnot, so please bear with me on that. To begin, of course, this is a remake of the 1984 horror film of the same name, directed by Wes Craven. The director of this particular remake is Samuel Baer. A lot of people don't know who he is, but he actually directed the classic Nirvana video "Smells Like Teen Spirit." It kind of surprised me when I've heard of this guy and looked into his regimen or whatnot. It was produced by Brad Fuller, Andrew Form, and Michael Bay. Of course, you know about Michael Bay with Armageddon, The Rock, Bad Boys, Transformers, all these other boom boom explosion action type films or whatnot. It's kind of surprising seeing him going into horror, even though it's not technically his first time going into horror because of the Friday the 13th remake that came out last year. But to begin, it kind of, to make a long story short, it's looked and felt too familiar to me. Let's just say I can understand the director was paying an homage to the first film, but I say that he went a little too much. But then again, I kind of like the fact that they tried to bring back Freddy as as a terrible dream demon, basically, not your ha ha funny, I'm gonna make a quick little joke before I kill you type scenario or whatnot. But I guess they kind of realized in later in the film that okay, maybe we got him a little too serious. Let him make a little bit of a joke or whatnot. So he kind of did. He kind of cracked a few little jokes, which, I mean, to me, I thought were, kind of funny. But it was too reminiscent to the original film. And with the homages, it was a little extreme. I mean, because they paid homages to the original film and a couple other the later sequels. I mean, they even did a little a little reference, or they took a line from Freddy vs. Jason that came out in 2003, and that kind of took me by surprise. I was just like, really? Are you really gonna put that into the movie? Um, so excuse me. But I mean, the dream sequences were fantastic. I mean, the cast was believable. I'll admit that much. The cast was believable. Um, it it kind of it goes back to the whole homage thing. Like, you had a character by the name of Chris, played by Katie Cassidy. Um, she was pretty much the Tina character from the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and a lot of similar things happen or whatnot. Like, give you a fair warning, spoiler alert. Like, her death in the movie was almost identical to how the Tina character died in the original Nightmare on Elm Street. And I was just like, okay, that's, a little too much there. I mean, yeah, I did think it was kind of funny that um, Kellen Lutz, you may remember, you of course he's from the Twilight movies or whatnot, and he was in there for a short little cameo or whatever. I mean, it was kind of surprising to see him doing a more adult role than just running around as a vampire in a teens film, basically. Now, to the person that played Nancy, if I remember in the original, her Nancy's name was Nancy Thompson. In this one, her name is Nancy Holbrook, and she is played by Rooney Mara. I never heard of this girl before in my entire life, but I mean, she kind of fits. But I mean, comparing her to the original Nancy, Heather Langenkamp, the current Nancy compared to the classic Nancy are completely different. I mean, this new Nancy, she kind of seemed a little antisocial, loner nature. Always wanted to keep to herself or whatnot, and and it kind of fit. It kind of fit, trying to fit it into this generation or whatnot. And I mean, she did a pretty decent job. I'll admit that much. Um, then you had a guy by the name of Quentin, who was, you could say, the quote unquote love interest, played by Kyle Gallner. You can say that this guy was Johnny Depp's character from the original, because of course Johnny Depp played Nancy's boyfriend in the original, and he did really really good. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised that they gave him a bigger role in a film like this. I mean, compared to what he did in Jennifer's Body, and that was like very very small scene. Okay, he only had like maybe 15 minutes of screen time before he was killed by Megan Fox. So I was actually kind of surprised about that, and I mean, I say he did fairly decent, comparing it to Johnny Depp's character in the original.